While golf was still a game for boys and men, Mabel Hotz was working on behalf of girls and women. Under the banner of the Women's Oklahoma Golf Association, Mabel initiated the Junior Girls Golf Program in Oklahoma. Mabel said, "Junior golf is one of the finest things in the world because it teaches self-discipline, and that's the greatest lesson anyone can learn." Mabel Hotz was a leader in her community for more than 40 years, and her interests and activities were not limited to golf. There is another very interesting side to our Mabel. Born in January of 1907 in Indian Territory, later known as Chandler, Mabel grew up in eastern Oklahoma, and Tulsa became her home. She married Carl Hotz, a surgeon, in August of 1935 at the First Baptist Church in Tulsa. It was a classic story of physician marrying a patient. Carl introduced Mabel to the game of golf, and all was well until Mabel beat the good doctor. Carl then turned his attention to fishing, hunting, and gardening. The twosome of Carl and Mabel soon turned into a fivesome with the addition of Nancy, Gretchen, and Carlene. All three daughters were accomplished musicians, talented in the arts, and sports enthusiasts. As the wife of a prominent surgeon and mother of three daughters, Mabel still found time to be active in numerous civic functions. Mabel was an avid gardener, a member and officer of the Tulsa Garden Club and Chrysanthemum Society. She won more than 80 awards for her entries. Mabel's singing and acting talents landed her several roles in productions of the Tulsa Little Theater. Before her marriage, Mabel was a blues singer on radio and was an accomplished pianist. Tonight, we are going to recognize Mabel's talents as an organizer. In 1950, Tulsa Country Club hosted the first ever Oklahoma Junior Girls Golf Championship. There were 19 entries. It was the beginning of a junior girls golf program that would end up becoming the largest in the nation. In just 10 years, the tournament would grow to more than 170 entries. Mabel was instrumental in the growth of the program. She was the woman who put the Oklahoma Junior Girls Golf Program on the map. Mabel was a pretty fair player herself, competitive in her own club championships at the Oaks Country Club. Mabel and her 17-year-old daughter Carlene played in the National Amateur Championship in 1958. Mabel was a 6 handicap. Mabel was so influential in the growth of junior girls golf in Oklahoma, the Miami Ladies Golf Association named their annual junior tournament in honor of Mabel. The Miami tournament was one of the largest invitational events for junior girls in the country. Mabel's organizational efforts did not go unnoticed. In 1958, Mabel was appointed to the USGA National Junior Girls Tournament Committee. She served 10 years on the committee. Because of the successful program in Tulsa specifically and in Oklahoma in general, the USGA awarded its 1960 Junior Girls National Tournament to the Oaks Country Club with Mabel as general chairman. It was the first time this national event had been held in this part of the country. It was ironic in numerical terms. The Oklahoma Junior Girls State Tournament was bigger than the USGA's national event. Mabel was also Oklahoma's representative to the Women's Transnational Golf Association. Next to the U.S. Women's Amateur, the Transnational is one of the largest women's golf tournaments in the world. Mabel was instrumental in bringing the Women's Transnational Championship to the Oaks Country Club in 1975. Mabel died in February of 1975 at the age of 68, just 6 months before the Transnational was played. After 13 junior girls state tournaments, Mabel stepped aside. The foundation had been built, her work was complete. Evidence of the value of a junior program can be seen by the graduates who have cut a wide swath in women's golf in Oklahoma. Names like Betsy Cullen, Dale Fleming, Beth Stone, Susie Maxwell, to name just a few. Mabel's enthusiasm for life was contagious. She was loved and admired by all who were fortunate enough to have known her. Mabel left behind a legacy equaled by few, surpassed by none. While Mabel was an active golfer, more importantly, she was an enthusiastic participant in life. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the daughters of Hall of Famer Mabel Hotz, Nancy, Gretchen, and Carlene.